Hello everybody again. It is January 27th and I just want to say welcome to Goodness in Every Bite, and today we are going to do royal icing. A lot of you have been asking me to do a video on it, and today we are. Well, at least it's the way that I do it, not necessarily the way it is followed on the box or the container, because I myself do by the kilogram bagfuls, so my measurements are not going to be the same as what's on the container, the meringue powder container. So please follow the instructions if you're a first timer. Okay, I've been doing this for quite a few years. I've developed my own way of doing it that works for me, because I do a lot of icing. I don't just do 1 cup of icing. I do a lot. Okay, so this is what works for me. So I'm going to get things all set up here and we will be right back in a flash. Okay, we are back. Okay, now I have in the container here 1 full kilogram bag of icing sugar. Now for those that have allergies, like gluten-free, things have to be all gluten-free, or they have issues with dairy, you can also make your own, or not make your own, but buy Royal Icing mix that is ready to be used. And if you look on there, I don't know if you can see or not, it is peanut-free, tree-free, gluten-free, and those that have allergies to dairy. It's also eggless, which is perfect. You have all of that in one bag, and you add, I think it's, let's see here, 56 milliliters. I think that's a 1/4 cup. Not sure, somewhere around there. And yeah, put it in there, add a 1/4 cup to it, mix it all together, and you have your royal icing instant, which is great. Okay, so that's for those that are gluten free and have issues with dairy and that. Okay, now here we go. What I do, because I make such a large batch, I take 3 heaping tablespoons of the meringue powder. That's what works for me for that kilogram bag. And then for myself, what I do with my icing is I put in a flavoring. You can add vanilla flavoring if you want. It's totally up to you, but don't use the brown vanilla. Use the white vanilla, because the brown will color the change of your icing. It won't be white. Okay, so use the white vanilla if you want that flavor. What I use is almond flavoring. It's not an extract, it's a flavoring. Okay, so what I do is I don't measure anything. I just the way I am, just a squirt. Give it a good squirt. I would 2 tablespoons, maybe, something like that. Now, when I was watching videos on how to make royal icings, I watched quite a few, I mean a lot of videos, because I wanted to see how different people do their royal icings. I think I may have watched, oh my god, at least 9, 10 different videos. And one of the ladies that was on there had said, would you like to make your royal icing whiter than what the icing comes out? So that kind of intrigued me. I thought, whiter? Doesn't it already come out white as it is? But it does, but it's more of an opaque kind of translucent icing is what this actually does. So the little trick that she showed me, I was just blown away. What she does is she gets her gel. It's a blue gel. It's just like, it's a gel, food coloring gel. She takes her toothpick and very lightly just dip it in. Like, there's not a lot there. Like, Don't know if you can see it or not. Let me just grab something white. I don't know if it's focusing or not. It's very, very little. And then she adds it to her, the water in her meringue powder. So what I do is I just swish it around in the water. Like there is still icing on here, so I don't want to use all of it because I don't want to put too much. You put too much, you're going to end up with light blue icing. Trust me, I've done it. Yeah, put too much on. So very little on there, okay? So as you can see, I'm going to be adding water to this. Okay, just give me a second here. Like I said, I don't measure anything. I would say half a cup, I think, something like that. So, and if by chance there happens to be too, or it happens to be too watery, you can always add more of the icing sugar to it to thicken it up some. Okay, so I just swirl it around. Yeah, it looks quite blue in here, but there's not really that much in there, but that's okay. You'll get used to it. You'll know just how much to put in the blue dye, that is, food dye. Okay, and then I'm going to just swirl, or put it in here. Just dump it in there. Whoops. And there's a little bit of thing still in here. I'm going to switch that around, and my phone is ringing, so just ignore it in the background. Okay, just going to add just a little squirt of water here, swish it around, and then I'm going to dump it in the bowl. Dump it in there, and then I'm going to turn this on. Okay, well, first going to pop it up, turn it on until that mixes. Okay, and it does look like it's a little bit watery. Or maybe not. Nope, I think it might be fine. So, pardon the noise. And this is where you stop it. This is where you stop it to check it. And see, I know it looks a little bit blue in there, but I think it's because of the shading. It's not sunny outside right now, so. Let's see, we'll take it out. Whoops. We'll take it out quickly just to see. Okay, here we are. That's the kind of consistency you want. You want it thick. You don't want it watery, because your icing, when you do your trim, it has to be a thicker icing, okay? And your flood icing, if you want it thinner, put it in another container, a little bit in a container, mist a little bit of water on it to give it a more of a waterier texture for your flood icing, okay? Never add more water to it than what it is at this point. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to put it in I have a Rubbermaid container with a lid. Remember, your icing waits for nobody to start to dry. So you need to be quick on this. I'm going to beat it for another couple more minutes. Put it in that container and we will be right back. Okay? Okay, I'm back. I had decided to put a light up there so you can actually see what it looks like before I clean it up. So this, oops, round this around to show you just how white. Look how white that is. Beautiful. And this is the consistency that you want to end up with, okay? Because I beat it for an extra 2 minutes. So that's the consistency you want. All right, so I'm going to put this in my handy dandy little Rubbermaid container and we will be right back. Okay, we are back. Okay, so this 1 kilogram bag made a half a container for me. I usually fill this all the way up because I do a lot of cookies. So, and as you can see, it's very white with that little trick of blue in your water, just very little, not too much. It'll turn out light blue. You don't want that. So, like I said, I use what works for me for my amount of meringue powder. So if this is your first time doing it, please watch other videos on YouTube. Royal Icing 101 is a good one. Basic Royal Icing, or follow the instructions on the container. Okay, because I don't measure. It's just the way I've done it for many years. So there you go. There's your quick little intro on how to do Royal Icing. Okay, so keep watching, and don't forget to like down below, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I greatly appreciate it, and hit that notification button if you want to see me again, because my next video I'm going to do is on how to color your icing. Okay, very easy to do. All right, so until next time, remember to always be a blessing and not a burden. Okay, talk to you later.